today's video is a unexpected, kind of just a little unexpected, short notice kind of deal of a visit to the Center Furnace Mansion, which is the home of Penn State. It was at first a farmer's high school, because back then high school was pretty high education. But the Center Furnace Mansion, it played a big role in Center County, and they right now have on loan the Mrs. Curtin purple dress, violet, whatever you call that color. Beautiful dress from the pictures. But Mrs. Curtin was Andrew Gregg Curtin's missus. She was the first lady of Pennsylvania. Don't know too much about her exactly. You know, I'm just trying to get into the Curtin family. So I'm on my way now to the house, or the mansion. So yeah, let's go check out the mansion and check out the beautiful dress. Oh, I'm excited. Let's go.
One level log cabin, and then they put a second story in. And then it became more like kind of a Jordan style. And then when Moses and Mary moved in during the Victorian times, that's when she put on the porch, the chores here in the window, the corridor, stuff on that.
So I had to cut the music on that last section because I don't want to get copyrighted. But I'm up on the first floor of the mansion. Very decorative. I love it. Okay, I remember these as a kid. The, like, you know, the 90s toys, 80s toys. Beautiful tree, guys. James Irvin deeds. The first is dated 1857 for 200 acres, freely given by Irvin. The second date is a couple months later for the sale of an additional 200 acres adjoining land for $12,000. All included here are typed transcripts. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see here. Try to get a picture of that with the family right there. She kind of looks like Mrs. Curtin. Julian Gregg Irvin. Probably related to Roland's father-in-law. There's the front door. That's College Ave. So Penn State, like I said, was behind me. So Penn State is just directly going on the porch and looking that way. Hi. And here is the dress that I wanted to see. Oh my god, so tiny waist. Such a tiny waist. Oh my god. So tiny. Oh my god, it's so cute though. I love the color. Number one is dyed silk hair thread, was used to stitch through mesh and fabric. It is strong and thinner than cotton thread and does not leave holes or marks. Number two is a stabilization mesh, which you use under and behind this fabric to hold it together. The mesh will keep the damage contained. Number three is, where is, oh, right here in the corner. 3 different shades of purple dye were mixed together to create the best match for the satin fabric. 4 is back in the back. Long and short beading needles were used to reach delicate areas such as piping, lace, ruffles, etc. Number 5, where is number 5? I don't see. I'll have to ask them. Fine stainless steel insect specimen pins. Nope, I thought that'd be in the little thing. Were used in the stabilization of Catherine's dress. These long, thin pins could secure delicate, priceless material. They are sharp enough to go through the fabric, but do not corrode or stain, and are so fine that they do not leave permanent holes. Interesting. So, Catherine Wilson Curtin, her husband was Andrew Gregg, which is one of the sons of Roland Curtin of Eagle Ironworks. And if you follow my page, especially my Facebook, you'll know that I am a volunteer there. So Andrew Curtin was governor of Pennsylvania during the Civil War. Him and Lincoln, corresponded letters and such throughout the Civil War. It's not. I don't know too much about the Mrs. though. She was born in Potter Mills, which is not too far away. She died here in Bellefonte. Okay, pretty cool. Yeah, this is the main reason why I came here, because I wanted to see the dress. I mean, I like that it's preserved. I kind of wish Curtin Village had it on display as well. This place is beautiful. Okay, what else here? See, this outfit I don't know anything about. Catherine Wilson Curtin would have accessorized this ensemble with hair comb or perhaps feathers. During the Victorian era, decorative combs were popular and came in handy for pinning updos and buns into place. Plaits of braids and puffs were arranged with it. Hello. A mirror box back there is so cool. James Adams Beaver. So I think he's, namesake for Beaver Stadium, Beaver Ave, and Beaver Hall. He was in the Civil War, part of the Board of Trustees. Oh, Pennsylvania governor. I have to look into that information. Penn State president, court judge.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
I didn't see you.
I snuck by you.
You did sneak by me. What's your name?
Missy.
Hi, Missy.
I volunteer at Curtin Village.
Yes, you do. I was going to say you look familiar. Hi, Missy. I'm Karen.
Hi.
Yeah.
I seen that you guys posted about their dress over. I was like, I need to come see the dress.
Did you see the dress?
It's so tiny. Okay. Oh my god.
I know. Come and answer all your questions. So here's Andrew and Catherine, and our Civil War group, ladies group. We went down about 7 years ago to visit the Civil War Museum in Harrisburg.
I need to see that one. If I go down for the farm show, I might go down if it's open then. It's hard to tell with certain things.
Yeah. So they just were down. We were just down there for a visit, and then one of the curators pulled this big long box out and it had the dress in it, but it was kind of in bad shape.
Mm-hmm.
And so they said our group could borrow the dress. We could have it on loan if we stabilized it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a couple quotes and they were thousands of dollars, which we didn't have. So they said we could take it to a fashion archive and leave it there and learn how to do it there. So that's what we did. We took it to Shippensburg University, and that's where it lived for the last 7 years, and we would drive down there to work on it.
Oh, wow.
So it's like driving over 2 mountains.
Oh, yeah.
It's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'd have like 4 or 5 hours that we could work on it. And so that's what we did. So maybe 2 or 3 of us would go at a time. We couldn't have a whole bunch of people. And it was a small place. So let me show you over here.
Yeah, I was looking over the table. What is number 5 then? 5 is not on the...
These are the insect pins.
Oh, okay.
That we used. They're maybe you see
God.
them in museums when they're pinning like butterflies and
Yes.
bugs. They're
Yeah.
bug pins.
Okay.
And these worked good because they were so thin, they didn't leave holes in the fabric, and they bend. So it's almost like a wire rather than a pin.
Yeah, okay. I've seen them before. I just never really knew the name for them. Okay.
Yeah. This is the hair silk. So this is silk that we had dyed to match, and then we'd use one strand of it to work on repairs. The fabric, it took 3 different colors of purple to get the right match.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is a mesh. It's almost like it's like a tool, a real thin tool with tiny holes to back up. Like if there were moth holes in it, we would reinforce it in the back and then sew around it to keep the hole from getting bigger.
That's crazy.
When we touched those buckles, all the beads just fell apart in our hand.
Oh,
Because
wow.
all the thread had dry rotted.
Oh, yeah.
And then-
This dress is what, 100?
We think it was from 1885.
Okay, so that would be his, when he was...
Congressman.
Oh, congressman. Okay, so late 1890s, he would have been the ambassador to...
This was when he was congressman, and they were living on K Street in Washington, D.C.
Okay. I'm learning about him
Yeah.
slowly. Besides, I love my Civil War stuff.
Yeah.
And I got the Curtin stuff. And when did you go to the village last? Was it Harvest Fest, like the Apple Fest, whatever?
Yeah, apples.
Did you see Abe Lincoln walking around?
Yes.
That's my fiance.
Yes. Yeah.
We got engaged over at the
Did you?
yeah. I'm
Oh.
pretty much permanent there now. Thought it was so. Yeah, Abe Lincoln.
You're gonna marry Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
It's freaking crazy.
That's great. Oh, wonderful.
I was thinking, I'm like, we got a period dress for me that his mom gave me, and I'm like, okay, one of these days photo up with the picture, but I don't want to be fat like Mary
Yeah, she was short and. Now Catherine was short, but she was really a tiny woman.
She like a baby doll.
Yeah.
Oh, I walk up to it, I'm like, I can't even. I don't want to breathe.
And when she wore this, she was in her early 60s.
Oh my God. That yeah.
It has the fishtail train on the back. We don't think she wore that too often because the fishtail underneath was in really good shape. And we thought if she wore that a lot, it would have been dirty or maybe pulled with the scuff of her shoe. Might have been, but it was in really good shape.
It might have been like ball gown accessory.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And it was a winter outfit. We found some articles in the Washington newspaper that the Curtins had a small reception at a dinner party at their house for 14 people, and President Chester Arthur was one of the people.
Oh,
And
wow.
So we thought, wouldn't it be awesome? Maybe she wore the dress for the dinner party.
That'd been cool.
General Sheridan was there.
I don't know that general name.
Yeah, from the Civil War. And so we just, we copied the article, and then we just are telling everyone, wouldn't it be cool if that's where she wore her dress?
That's cool. Yeah, they didn't take pictures as much as slowly like we do, like everything.
And we keep trying to find newspaper articles that talk, because they did describe the social season and what ladies of prominence were wearing, but we haven't been able to find anything about her wearing this purple dress yet.
That's crazy cool though.
So they lived on K Street, which is like an 11-minute walk from the White House. So they lived very close to the White House when he was a congressman.
Okay.
The building's still there. It's a Greek restaurant now, though. So
At least it's still
we
standing.
want to go and check out the restaurant now.
Well, over the weekend, I found out, like, the day after that their house in Bellefonte was open to the public, and I'm like, really?
Linda and I went.
The Elks Club, the Elks thing.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, really? Mike's like, what? I said, the Curtin house in Bellefonte is an Elks Club. Okay, yeah, so it was open to the public. He's like, oh, I'm like, yeah.
The front parlor, it's smaller than this. It really hasn't been taken very well care of.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a round table that looked like kind of a poke table
Mm-hmm.
in there, and then Governor Curtin's desk, one of his desks was in there.
Oh,
But
wow.
it was in really bad shape. So then we were teasing and saying, maybe that'd be our next project. Maybe we'll restore.
That'd be
desk.
cool.
It was a roll top desk. The roll top part was made out of leather, but it was no longer functional. But you could see all the nooks and crannies and little cubbies, you know, where they put pens and little
that's
notes
cool.
and stamps. And so we took pictures of that. Then we went upstairs, and I wanted to snoop in the rooms, but they were all closed and locked. So this is her coat that she would have worn with the outfit, and that was in really good shape. So I don't think she wore it very often.
I just love how, like, it does look like perfect shape and the color.
Mm-hmm.
See, I could probably fit in that, but I couldn't fit in
Yeah.
that. Oh my God. Now, this photo of her is possibly in. No, it's not that one.
It's not that dress,
No.
but it may have been like the time period because she was in her 60s when she wore it. And at the archives, they said she wouldn't have worn boots. She would have worn satin shoes. So these aren't her shoes, but we got shoes to match the time period.
Okay.
And then they said she would have worn her hair up, and an updo with hair combs, and maybe feathers.
That's cool.
They don't think she wore a brooch with it because there were no pinholes in the dress.
Oh, because that would have been like right in most period for that.
Also, too, the dress is pretty fancy. It's got all those beads on it, and the
Yeah, you don't need a
satin-
brooch.
Yeah, it didn't need a brooch. She may have worn a bracelet. Did you have an ancestor that was in the Civil War?
No. Mom's side came afterwards, if I remember right, from Eastern Europe. Ukrainian, Polish, somewhere. I did the Ancestry DNA thing. It showed like a region, and there were some places I'm like, I've learned history, but I don't remember those names.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was at the Christmas event, and I went to the party. Renee had me and Abe come with it, or as a guest.
Yeah.
And the one Curtin lady who's one of the Bud Curtin's daughters, I don't remember her name, but I was sitting talking to the volunteers, and she's standing in the doorway, like in that, the main foyer, whatever you call it. And she said, I don't know much about the family. And I mentioned, I do a little bit, but I'm also a volunteer, whatever. And I said about Andrew Gregg with the orphanage. He helped start the camp in one of the bad parts of Harrisburg, and something else. I said something. I said, well, it kind of helps having the internet now these days.
Yeah.
And she said, well, that's the advantage you guys have, and it's like my own family, but I don't know. I've said,
Yeah.
there are certain things I don't know about my family, but I'll tell you about somebody else's family.
Yeah. Now, Roland was Andrew Curtin's father's name, right? Roland?
Roland was his first name.
Did they have any children named Roland?
Yes. I was just
One of his brothers. Somebody was asking me that.
There's
The
two
gentleman.
Roland Curtins.
Okay.
But I don't, without actually getting a poster
Right.
and going through because
Was it with his first wife or the second
I think the
wife?
first one, because it's Roland Curtin Jr., is buried in Bellefonte near his dad and all the whatever. And it's one of those tall, skinny ones. It's about yay tall, but it's knocked down. It's in the ground. So if you if you know where Roland's buried, it's between Roland and Andrew Gregg. There's a pile, there's like a line of all the curtains. So there is a Roland curtain there. And then I found another Roland curtain somewhere else, and not far. So they married, the Greggs married the Irvins. Irvins married Curtins. Curtins married, it's just like, I lost track. I'm like, so you're related how to this and that? And I'm like,
Well, he was asking me, and I said, I know that he had 2 families. I know he had a first wife with a number of children,
I think
6,
5 or 6,
and then he remarried after she passed away.
And had about the same amount, yeah.
So I said, maybe one of those children is also another Roland. But
Andrew Gregg is the oldest of the second wife.
Okay.
Because he's named after 2 times father-in-law, I think, somehow. At the Andrew Gregg guy, he married his daughter and some other relative, like, the way they did things back then, it's just like, oh my God.
Well, they were...
It's almost as
they knew,
it's almost as crazy as marrying your cousin.
Yeah, kind of. They all ran in the same circles, same social circles.
If you had money or you had a good name, that's pretty much you marry that family.
Yeah. So Catherine's dad was a doctor. She lived out near Potter's Mill.
Now Potter's Mills, I'm not familiar entirely. That is below Center Hall, where the Sheets is? Because there's a Fort Potter down there, a historical sign.
Yeah, that's Old Fort.
Oh, that's Old Fort. Okay. So Potter's Mills is possibly just outside Bullsburg then?
No, it's down 322, heading towards Lewistown.
Okay, yes. Yep. Okay, I know the vicinity. Yeah.
So she grew up out in the country there on Route 45, heading out that way, and went to boarding school in Harrisburg.
Oh, wow.
But, the Curtins were a local family. Her dad was a local doctor, and so they, I'm sure, socialized in the same circles.
Interesting. This is a wedding dress.
Yeah, that's her wedding dress.
That's beautiful.
I know. It has the skirt with the bodice, and then it
Now,
also has
is it actually an ivory, or is that just over time?
No, it's actually that color.
Oh my God!
I thought maybe it was originally white and it had changed.
Yeah.
From what I understand, no.
So that's her in that picture?
Yes.
Oh, that's
she
cool.
married John Hamilton, who was a Civil War veteran, and then he was an administrator at the university, a treasurer, and a secretary of agriculture for Pennsylvania. So we do have a street in town called Hamilton Avenue, named after him. And then there's a residence hall named Hamilton.
Hamilton, I know, but where's Hamilton Ave exactly? I know where like Pew.
It's a couple. If this is campus, it's a couple streets back.
Okay, so it's like Fairmount and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Yeah. It's up almost to the top of one of the hills.
Yes. Fairmont,
Foster,
Irvin.
Hamilton. Yes, yep.
Irvin is named after James Irvin. He's had the money to start the iron business here.
Yeah, I'm doing Uber a little bit. I've quickly learned the streets of State College. And this weekend is the football game thing.
I know.
So I'll be doing that.
We're going to be open tomorrow, and then we changed our mind. I said, no, we'll skip tomorrow.
And then this is a street as well.
Beaver. Oh, McAllister, yes.
Yeah, Beaver. When I first started realizing, I'm like, oh, it's named after a beaver. No, it's named after a named guy named Beaver.
Yeah.
A lot of people still don't know
James
that.
Beaver, he was also the governor of Pennsylvania. And he was a Civil War hero. He lost his leg in the Civil War. And then they lived in Bellefonte. And then he married, after the Civil War and after he lost his leg, he married Mary McAllister. And he came to work for her dad's attorney's office.
Okay.
He was an attorney. So that's how they met. James worked for her dad's business. So this is their dish set.
That's
The
pretty.
Beaver's dish set.
Oh my God, I never noticed that. That is really cute. I love that.
All the
That's
vinegar and
that's fancy.
there was a little girl in here today. She was 5 years old. And she liked this because she said it looked like an old bathtub.
I was just gonna say it's the claw
Yeah.
tubs. Yep, I can see that.
Old cast iron.
Oh my
tub.
God. Yeah, I remember them as a kid. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
back of the house in like 1847.
Oh yeah, you can see the old windows.
Yeah, you can see
Okay,
the
yeah.
back of the building. And then, at least then they had the kitchen on the same level as the dining room.
Okay, yeah.
And close to the spring house and the ice house. And
Oh my God, I haven't seen one of these in years.
oh, the coffee mug?
Yeah, that's like a Maxwell House color.
Yeah.
So what's the foundation picture?
That's what was here. It was just the foundation.
Oh
you
my
can see the
God.
Hampton Inn in the background.
Okay,
And
yeah.
so they rebuilt that.
Oh,
We were
okay.
using it for exhibit space, but we really are crunched for space, so now it's just archives.
Okay.
Put archives in it.
Yeah, this is totally different than the Curtin house. Like,
Yeah, so they set it up to be like a living museum. So it's set up how it would be when they lived here. With
Okay,
their 6
yeah.
children. You know, this is what it would have looked like. And I kind of like that because it doesn't look. Have you been to Bullsburg? The
Bull Mansion? Not yet. That's on my list too.
It's really big and there's just stuff everywhere. So there's not like a nice display. It's just like stuff. Yeah, Moses was a businessman. He owned land out in Scotia, and he had dealings with Andrew Carnegie.
Oh, well, yep,
So
got.
this wasn't his only business. Yeah, he had a lot of business and a lot of land.
Was he with the Sportsman's Club in Johnstown, South Fork?
That, I don't know.
That'd be something to look
I
into
know,
because
God.
Carnegie got sued,
I know.
Frick got sued. Of course, Carnegie said, "I'll
Yeah.
give you this if you don't sue me."
Yeah.
I mean, I see both ways, but living near there and knowing the what changed out there, it's just.
I know. My dad grew up in Johnstown, so we would
God
go
bless
up
your
and
dad.
visit
I used to live in Carrolltown,
Carrollton.
north of Evansburg, so Johnstown's a half hour away. You go,
Have you heard of Jerome?
yeah.
That's my dad was named after that town because that's where his dad sold his first load of coal.
Okay.
So he named my dad Jerome.
That's funny. Yeah, it's pretty much
I
like.
think he lived in Moxon, which is
Yeah,
pretty,
yeah. I know the name.
big
It's
area.
either coal business or it was iron business
Yeah.
out there. That's all you had.
Mhm.
Anything on the top floor?
Yeah. No, the top floor are Mary and Johanna's offices
Okay.
up on the top floor. This.
So this was that.
Yeah. And then they put a second floor on it. So then it was a 2-story log cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Then it got like a Georgian style
wow.
house with
That-
the big wide hallway and then 4 rooms downstairs, 4 rooms upstairs.
Okay.
And then when Moses and Mary moved in here in the 1840s, that's when they put like the porches on,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
fancy corbels and the railings and the floor to ceiling windows, and made it more like fancy Victorian style.
Yeah, make it look like a prominent homestead.
Yeah.
Okay. Information on the furnace.
Yeah.
Like, when was this one built?
Well, it's been rebuilt over the years a number of times, but it's straight across the street.
Yeah.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah,
You can
I've seen
right
it.
on College Avenue.
Yeah, see it right across the street. Because this one, I think, if I remember correctly from what I know, this one was built first in the county area. Because Roland bought his stuff here before he built his own.
Yeah.
So that's like,
So there were 2 colonels that worked, served under George Washington. Miles, the
Miles
small
Township.
bird,
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's what it is. Patton.
Patton.
So I wonder
Township?
if that's Patton, PA's named after.
Yes.
Because there's Hastings, Patton, Burnside, all them names. Yeah.
He didn't live here. Miles was the mayor of Philadelphia. But what they did was they got land warrants and got their land up here, thousands of acres, and they rented it out to farmers
Okay.
to farm. And it was the farmers that found the iron in the soil. So then they thought, okay, well, now we're going to, be making some money now.
That's cool.
So this is kind of a sample of what the iron area would look like.
Do you guys have a piece of pig iron?
Yeah,
How big's yours?
I'll show you.
Curtin's got one that's half of it, and oh my God.
They're doing some work here, but you can still see it.
Okay, that's
This is a piece.
that's your guys',
They're
okay.
about 100 pounds.
Oh my God, this
So-
poor display.
Imagine, you know, had
Oh
to take that to Pittsburgh or Baltimore to get the best price.
Now, one
There weren't
lady,
any forges.
no, one lady that visited the mansion, I don't know which weekend it was, but they came from Portage.
Oh.
And they saw the curtain on the on one of the Facebook pages, some, I don't know which one, Bucket List or something, and they had said, okay, so they out there, they're just now figuring out the canal system. The Allegheny Portage was the railroad. She's like, I wonder if any of the iron making went over the canal to Pittsburgh, because they would say they'll take horses to go down, sell them, and come back.
Yeah.
That's a good question to like look at, because that would be a prominent way to get stuff to
You can
Pittsburgh.
see the old picture in the background?
Yeah.
See where the big barn is? That's where the parking lot is.
Oh, okay.
And then we're over here in these trees where it says mansion, like in the woods.
Oh, you can just barely
Yeah,
see
The
it.
house is over there. And then you can see the stack, the furnace stack.
Yeah.
So this was like an early 1900, well, it says 1904. So it had been out of business for a while. So it's kind of fallen into disrepair.
So, besides the furnace and of course the mansion, anything else was anything else foundation-wise found that you know of when they?
But like foundations of things that are
Yeah.
still here. Well, Mary told me the charcoal barn, there's a part of the foundation, but it's all woods now.
Okay.
Well, and it's actually, you can see the foundation.
Okay.
Yeah. And
This time of year be the best time to see it.
And there's an interpretive sign across the street that faces up toward the foundation of the old charcoal barn. And so if you go over there and you walk up, you can actually get a sense of it. You can definitely see the imprint of
Missy,
it.
this is Mary. Mary's the director of the Historical Society, and Missy volunteers down at Curtin Village.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's
just
an
up
amazing
there.
place. I'm
Okay.
so
I
glad-
love it.
I'm glad you're
I'm a history buff, and I love Civil War. And then when I found this after 10 years, I'm like, where was I 10 years ago?
So she had to come and see the dress.
I seen the dress. Curtin Village shared. I'm like, I need to see the dress. And Mike's like, why? I'm like, I just want to see the dress. Shut up.
That's nice. Well, we're so glad you came.
Yeah.
And, yep, have a happy holiday season.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
So now you can, when you go, if you walk over there, the road used to go up behind the stack. And the old road goes up the hill behind
Okay.
the stack, and they rerouted it, and now the road goes in front here. But there's still a road that's going up in the back
I'll have to
by
look
the
that.
trees.
One of these days, I'll have to look that up. That is cool. So it's the charcoal barn?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to remember that.
I didn't want to walk back in the woods because there's snakes and ticks and stuff.
This time of year would be a lot better. I've walked around Elvira bunkers in the middle of summer. Yeah, no. Alrighty.
I have to get ready to go, my dear.
So I just got done walking around the Center Furnace Mansion. That's the historical marker for the founding of Penn State University, which at the time was a farmer's high school. Did you know that? Yeah, so the mansion's pretty cool, a little bit different. I don't think the video went as well as I wanted it to, but hey, I'm winging it. I'm okay with that. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm getting ready to go home. And yeah, I've had a long day at work. Now I saw the mansion, and next time I'm gonna go over and check out the furnace. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that video on my Facebook or my YouTube. Please don't forget to like, share, follow on YouTube, and follow, oh, and might as well say share on my Facebook page. That would be greatly appreciated. See you guys next time.